My brother Nick is going to show us a couple of proper ways how to mount from side control.
Chest to chest, butt up, slide my hip through. Now, I widen his knee with my elbow. My knee goes in, like it's a line drawn across the stomach. I hook the arm, and I walk it up. Knee goes down, then my foot, and I mount. On your toes, hip up, slide my leg through. My elbow, I widen. My knee comes in. He goes to stop me. I hook. My elbow's under his, so he can't escape it. I walk it up like a spider. Knee hits the ground, then the foot. Chest to chest, hands out wide, toes pointed underneath.
Now my brother Nick is going to show us another way how to advance the mount from side control.
Here, he keeps his knee tight there. I can't get my knee in, so I put my shoulder, I lower it to the hip. My hand goes on top of the thigh, and now I drive, I use all my body weight. Drive my shoulder to the floor, pinning his leg. My foot is going to replace my hand. Now I go to mount, he goes to push like before. I hook, and I walk it up like a spider. Knee goes to the floor, then the foot. Then I get my bounce. Hip up, slide the hip, sit. Try to get my knee through. I can't. His knee's too tight. Then I slide my shoulder to his hip. Grab the thigh, but all the pressure. With my shoulder, I pin his leg to the mat. Now I take a step in, replacing my hand with my foot. Go to mount. Now, when I hook, just make sure my elbow is not underneath. My mat's gonna slide right underneath. So I keep my elbow right over his elbow, and I walk.
My brother Nick's going to show us another way how to mount from the side control.
Butt up, sit through, knees point 3 o'clock. He goes to bridge. I wait till his butt hits the floor, then I mount. Butt comes up, sit through, knees point 3 o'clock. He tries to bridge. As soon as his butt hits the floor, then I mount.
Now we're going to go over some attacks from side control. Now I'm here, side control, my opponent leaves his arm out, so I'm here. This arm's out for the taking. It should be under my body, but it's not. What I'm going to do is, I have my post in, I'm going to just bring my hand, I'm going to make it flat. I'm going to bring my thumb right here underneath his armpit. Now once I'm here, when I go to the other side, I don't want to be tiptoeing around. I'm going to go over in 2 steps. I'm just going to bring my far leg, the one that's closest to his hip. I'm going to bring that knee right to his shoulder. Now, I take a big step up and across with my other leg here. So I'm totally 12 o'clock on him now. I keep my post in. My other hand flat, right underneath his armpit. Make sure the weight is on him. I never took my chest off him. So, his arm is out, hand flat, thumb right under his armpit, far knee to the shoulder, big step over. Now, once I'm here, what I want to do is, I'm just going to snake just my hand underneath his armpit here. I'm bringing my thumb towards my Adam's apple, this way. Now, more is not better. I just want my wrist in his armpit. So I'm here, I just want my wrist in that armpit, bringing it back towards me. Once I have that, I'm up on my one leg. I'm going to bring my other leg up now. So I just bring my heel down, knee up. I'm totally now 1 o'clock on him. I make sure before I go forward, my head is going to go to his far knee. I sandwich my wrist in his armpit. I make my chest heavy on his arm. So I'm here. I bring my head to the far knee. I don't just turn my palm up. I grind it up. Chest heavy on his arm, and I put a lot of pressure here on him. Now I put my one knee behind his head, my other knee, wide legs behind his belt. I have my toes underneath me. His wrist, my wrist. Once I make this grip here, I make sure my elbows are in this side of my body. And this is where I want to be. Chest to chest, flat. My hand's flat as a board. He leaves this arm out. Post in, knee to the shoulder. Far knee to the shoulder. Here, big step over. Now, watch how I snake that hand underneath, right to his armpit. Just my wrist is in his armpit. I'm going to make my chest heavy on that arm. Now, my one leg's up, my other leg's up, bringing me 1 o'clock on him. I'm bringing my head right towards his knee, his far knee. Make my chest heavy, and I grind my palm now to the ceiling. Knee behind his head, got my toes underneath me. Far leg, right behind his belt. Got my toes underneath me. It's very important. Now, when I grab his wrist with no thumb and my wrist, my elbows are on this side of his body. If my elbows are on this side, Nikki can bring that elbow right through the hole, boom, and escape the arm, and escape cross-side control. So I make sure when I'm here, his wrist, my wrist, wide legs, the elbow here, chest out like a macho. He tries to bring that back, it runs right into my body. So I got control of this arm.